What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you, and welcome back to another Dollar Tree Theater. What we're going to talk about is Shutter Original The Room. Starring Olga Kurilenko and Kevin Janssens. Be careful what you wish for. I'm going to read the synopsis off from IMDb first because I like it better than what's on the back of the case, but then I'll read the case. Matt and Kate buy an isolated house. While moving, they discover a strange room that grants them unlimited number of material wishes. But since Kate has had 2 miscarriages, what they long for the most is a child. Directed by Christian Balackman. Writers Christian Balackman, Eric Forrester, and Gail Guasti. Stars Olga Kurilenko, Kevin Janssens, and Joshua Wilson. And John Flanders as John Doe, Kevin Janssens as Matt, and Olga as Kate. When Kate and Matt leave the city to move into an old house, they discover a secret hidden room that has the extraordinary power to materialize anything they wish for. Their new life becomes a true fairy tale, yet beneath this apparent state of bliss, something darker lurks. Some wishes can have dire consequences. Another gem of a find for a buck, or it was probably a $1.25 when I found it at the Dollar Tree. This movie turned out to be pretty cool. So Matt and Kate move into this new house, and while they're situating and throwing old stuff out and situating things, he finds a room. Well, he finds a key, a weird key, in a pile of junk and throws it out, but he finds a weird door with a weird ass lock on it and figures that must have been the key, so he goes and gets it. It's like a real big shaped funny key, and he unlocks the door, but it just appears to be just a room. And there's a scene where he's sitting there drinking and like got his head down, and he says, "Man, I need another bottle." And the light flickers out and comes back on, and there's a brand new bottle of liquor. And it's like, wow. So it goes to another scene, and he's got a room full of stuff he's been wishing for. And he calls his wife in and shows her, tells her, wish for something. She says something like $100. And he's like, wish for more, and she says $1,000. And it appears. And then there's another scene where they're like, where he's trying to convince her to try to have a child, but she had had a couple failed attempts, miscarriages, and she doesn't want to deal with the heartbreak anymore and doesn't want to try. And the husband goes to town for something and comes back, and she's got a baby on the bed playing with it. So she did the unthinkable, or, and wished for a baby. So the husband's Googling stuff about the house because a electrician told him the couple that lived there before died, and reads about someone that killed the couple there, that it's in an insane asylum, and he goes to visit him and questions him about the house and stuff and finds out some stuff. And on his way home, he goes to get gas. The guy's like $40, and he gets out and reaches in his pocket where he had took a couple stacks of money with him, and there's nothing in his pockets but ash. So he runs home and throws a bunch of money and some other things out the window and watches them turn to ash, and comes to realize anything you wish for has to stay in the house. You can't take it out, which is where it turns pretty crazy, that the mother wished for a child. So as you can guess, the child cannot leave the house. And there's a lot of craziness to this movie, and I'll leave it to your imagination. You should check it out. This is a Shudder original, so I assume it's probably on the Shudder app. And this was a pretty cool movie, and that's what I watched. Peace.